Good evening, guys. From our first evening here in Kathmandu, Nepal, we have been just dying to get out here to this country. Everybody's been recommending it, and we just landed this evening, so we're not gonna film too much, but let's just find something to eat. Our first meal here in Nepal. Noticing that there doesn't seem to be much open after 10 p.m. here in Kathmandu, surprisingly, even though we are in the busiest area of Tamil, where all the tourists tend to stay. Well, it looks like we've arrived to the main road. You can see all the lights in the distance here. Overall, I really like the spot that we picked. It was just a random alley here that we chose, and it's really unique having this like courtyard area, and there's just this cafe restaurant style place just right here in the middle of the courtyard, surrounded by all these apartment buildings. It's really cool.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I think we should switch.
So Kantanya got some butter chicken and I got chicken thali, a very common Nepali dish here. I honestly don't know how to eat thali, but the sauce is absolutely amazing. Wow. And you have potatoes, maybe vegetables in here, I don't know, but I absolutely love it. I am stuffed. That was a very delicious meal. Now we gotta find our way home here without getting run over. But as you guys can see, all the lights behind me, that's where you want to be. Let me just remind you guys, it's only about 11 o'clock at night and the streets are just completely empty. Not a soul in sight. Oh my god. I never would have thought that another country would have beaten Asia with tangled wires. We have made it home for the night. So this is our Airbnb, but everybody's sleeping. Good morning, guys, from our second day here. Let me show you where we're staying. This is our room here. Got Kantanya over here sitting at our little desk area. And look at this beautiful place. It gives me kind of like a Moroccan feel. It's similar to the caves that we stayed in Cappadocia, the underground caves. It looks very similar style, this like rustic mud house almost. So this is like a little seating area. Yes, we do have a fan because there is no AC here. That is something we noticed last night when we arrived, is there's no AC here, which actually was fine. We slept pretty well with the fan on. It's just a little loud, but overall, very comfortable sleep. Then behind, we've got a little storage area here for our luggage, all of our shoes and everything. In Nepal here, they have these like American, Malaysian plugs, at least at our Airbnb. I'm not sure if that's everywhere else. And then of course you have the main bed. I love the sheeting here. It's so nice. Got outlets on each side here, and then here is the bathroom. Let me turn the light on. This is like a open shower style. Got our toiletries here. We didn't have any shampoo, so good thing we brought our own. Our toilet and our sink. We're paying about $25 a night here. Really good value, especially in the center of Kathmandu. We're pretty close to everything that we need here. So we're about to go ahead, walk around, find something to eat, get breakfast, and explore the city a little bit further. We've decided to come sit here at this beautiful little restaurant cafe overlooking the streets as the motorbikes and the cars drive by, called Mito Restaurant. Really cool. I love the design here. Absolutely awesome. And we just ordered some Nepali tea. This will be our first Nepali tea. We've had some in India, or at least I've had some in India, I've had some in Pakistan. So I'm really curious what the difference is compared to Nepal. Thank you.
Thank you.
So what they do is they make the tea, obviously, and then they put milk inside of it and some sugar. This is what it looks like here. It's really good. It reminds me of the tea in India that I had. You have to be careful not to let the tea sit too long though, because you'll get this like really thin layer of fat on the top from the milk. Tanya has found the Kashmir store here. One thing that's immediately surprised me about Kathmandu is I expected it to be a lot busier, a lot more hectic, but it's actually pretty quiet here in the main city. Traffic is getting a little more crazy as we're entering the main touristy area of Tamil, or Tamil, I don't know how exactly to pronounce it, but we're also seeing a lot of more touristy shops. You got a lot of trekking equipment here to be sold and a lot of cashmere. The one that Tanya just went into, they were offering 1,300 Nepali rupees, which is about like 13 US dollars for a cashmere shawl. Alright, so we picked up a taxi here and we're going to Monkey Temple, which is a very famous area for tourists to go, and I'm sure you can assume there are going to be monkeys there, which we have experienced many times in Bali. And as you know, they love to steal things. So we're going to try to make sure our bags aren't stolen by the monkeys today. But they don't have Grab here, so if you want to book a taxi here on your phone on an app, you got to use an app called InDriver, which is what we've downloaded here in Kathmandu.
Thank you so much.
We've arrived here to the Monkey Temple. It's about 400 Nepali rupees for 2 tickets for us as international tourists. I believe if you're from certain countries that it's much cheaper. I think it's like in India, Pakistan, and a few others around this area. But here's the price, here's the tickets. NRS 200 a person. The views at the top of this Monkey Temple are just absolutely gorgeous. The thing about Kathmandu is that it is in a valley and it's just surrounded by these huge hills. So when you come to the top of this temple, you're looking down into Kathmandu. It's absolutely incredible. We're back at where we began earlier. We spent about an hour here. Pretty cool. I love all the stupas that are at the very top. It has the most amazing view of Kathmandu. We didn't see as many monkeys as we imagined. If you've ever been to the monkey forest in Bali, that has way more monkeys, and the monkeys there are aggressive. The monkeys here are actually pretty calm and pretty tame.
The road here is so small and I can't even see the traffic light here. There is none.
Alright, I think we've arrived to the busiest part of Kathmandu, Durbar Square. I think it's how you say it. Durbar Square. Wow, it's so nice here. As you can see, all the women here are wearing beautiful dresses here. Got red, pink, yellow because of the Women's Festival. And the architecture here is just incredibly beautiful. So it looks like all the women out here are queuing up to go into the temple. There's offerings being sold on the ground here. Wow, this line is long. We just found a really tiny little alleyway. We're gonna hope that we don't get pickpocketed through here. Now this feels like the authentic Nepal here. All the little shop owners here have their own tiny store. They're not very big. Like literally only one person can probably fit in there. And they're selling just normal things like underwear, clothes, groceries, face masks. So you can find just about anything here. And just like that, we reached the main road. So there's this whole other side of Durbar Square that we didn't even know existed. This one's more of like a local market here. They've got some local vendors here selling some jewelry. Looks like souvenirs, things for your home. There's even a school right behind me, which is so cool. Look how old and historic it looks. Check this out, a swing cafe overlooking the square here. We have gotten some ice cold iced tea. It is so hot walking around this square. The sun is just beating down on you. It's some clouds, but there's no cloud cover today. So it's just absolutely scorching hot. Bring some sunscreen if you're coming here in September. Or if you're smart like him, bring an umbrella. We have left the Swing Cafe. That was actually a lot of fun. We had a few drinks there. Cost about 900 rupees for a beer and some 2 iced teas. Not too bad. This really feels like the center of town, not even the mill. Come here to the square. You got all these shops, all these souvenir shops, lots of cafes, lots of restaurants. This seems like the place to be. Crossing the road here is like crossing in Asia. You just kind of go with it. Okay guys, so we have come to our last spot for sunset here. It is called Sundown. Perfect name for a place right looking over the sunset here and over the hills of Kathmandu. It's got a very Greek theme, blue and white, which is pretty cool. We've gotten some drinks here and we're just gonna finish off the night. We'll give you a quick tour of the place. It looks really beautiful for photos. So there's 2 levels to this place. There's one right down here. There's a few seating areas down there overlooking the roundabout here in Kathmandu, right in downtown. There's a huge soccer stadium here as well, which is awesome. So that is going to conclude our first night here in Kathmandu in Nepal. We're still actually planning what cities to visit right after Kathmandu. We haven't booked anything. So yeah, subscribe down below and comment down if you have any questions about coming to Kathmandu. And we'll see you guys in the next city.